Alright, so they finally got here, guys. I'm a little late to the party, but that doesn't mean I appreciate these shoes any less because I've been waiting for these since I saw the initial announcement. And that's going to be the Jordan 1 Across the Spiderverse next chapter. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we are back with another video. Guys, thank you so much for joining, and I also appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know exactly when I drop new videos. Because, again, we're going to say it again, every time you guys do that, it pushes the video through YouTube's algorithm to get more eyes and help the channel grow. So again, for all those who have done so, and anyone who will do so in the future, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. But let's get right into it because I'm about to nerd out with you guys for about, I don't know, hopefully less than 10 minutes. But I am super excited about this one, so much so, I gotta shout out the guys over at Chalkline again for showing some love with their Marvel collection because I had to put it on today. The Spider-Man jacket, guys. Spider-Man on the chest, Spider-Man on the sleeves, on the back as well. Now, I will not be wearing this for a few months because it is the, end of May, beginning of June in Texas, so this is the only time I can wear it in the comfort of my air conditioning, which I'm probably still sweating right now, but I had to do it for this video. Now, you already know what we're looking at. We're talking about the Jordan 1 Across the Spiderverse next chapter, and we had to do it. Not only because it's one of my most anticipated shoes of the year, but because I'm a huge comic nerd. If you guys didn't know that already, you should, because A, Spider-Man's one of my favorite characters out there. B, I love comic books, and this brought both of those worlds together. In fact, I think when I first started with sneaker history, which was almost 6 years ago, I think, I wrote an article, I'll put a link down there, talking about how comic collecting and sneaker collecting are pretty much hand in hand, just two sides of the same coin almost. But I'll leave a comment if you guys want to dive into that. That's some of my early writing, so hope you guys like it. But before we get into this shoe, there's something I want to do is just take the time to talk about Miles Morales, because in a lot of the reviews, I saw no knock on anyone who's doing that because they might not have the same appreciation I do, or maybe they don't have the same knowledge. It's not a knock, it's just I want to be a little different because they don't talk about the origin of where Miles Morales came from. So we always talk about the movie, which is great. I'm glad people are seeing the movie. It's probably, Into the Spider-Verse was, I think, the best Spider-Man film out there. So yeah, I know we can fight about that in the comments.
Hey.
Spider-Man 2, the Raimi universe is the close second. But anywho, as we get into this, Miles Morales came back, well, he appeared in 2001 in the Ultimate Fallout 4, which I just so happen to have a copy of that's nicely graded and pressed here. So I don't flex shoes too much, but I'll flex a comic book in a heartbeat, so forgive me, guys. But this is the issue where Miles Morales had his first appearance as Spider-Man after Peter Parker did die. Now, of course, since then, in comic books, you're never really dead, so Peter Parker has made his way back. Or I guess I should say Miles Morales has made his way to the main universe, outside of the Ultimate Universe, to find himself as a part of multiple Spider-Man at this point, seems like. But it's just really cool to be able to see where it comes from. And since Miles' appearance, not only has he had a pretty successful comic run, I mean, it's been over 12 years now, and he's been a part of the comic universe and Marvel Universe. Now we're seeing him headlining movies. But before that, he was even in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, if you guys remember that. I mean, probably, I think, one of the better Spider-Man cartoons out there. And just kind of another, I guess, I don't want to say Easter egg because I don't think it's a secret, but just kind of another tidbit, a fun fact. There we go. It's a fun fact that Miles Morales was actually voiced by one of my favorite artists of all time, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, which came after a random push for him to be the next Spider-Man. And then also on the flip side of that, if you watch Spider-Man Homecoming, he played Aaron, or Uncle Aaron, who, aka the Prowler, who is Miles' uncle. So he kind of played both characters, which is cool. Probably something you guys didn't care to know, but I think it's interesting to me because I'm a huge Spider-Man fan and a huge Childish Gambino fan. But let's get back on track here. I just want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory of who Miles Morales is, to know where he came from and how this, where this comes from, because without this comic book here, there is no Across the Spiderverse. There is no origin story ones, no next chapter ones, no Into the Spider-Verse movie. So I just like to trace it back to show you guys this is where it started. Now, anyway, we're going to get right into the shoe because I know that's what you came here for, maybe, or maybe you came for the comics. Who knows? Let me know. But with the Across the Spider-Verse ones, or next chapters, what they're calling it, it is going to be, again, a play on a Chicago 1, which you see Miles Morales wearing in the movie. Now, with this particular setup, it is going to be very different than the Origin Story 1s, which I'll put a picture up here. This is going to take more of a risk, which I think I like that more. I love the Origin Story 1s, don't get me wrong, but I love the risk that was taken here to show you Miles' journey throughout the Spider-Verse. So that is the purpose of this, to show you each panel, each piece just represents a different journey that Miles is on throughout this movie, which I can't lie, guys, I'm stuttering. Wow, that's how excited I am to see this movie, which releases on June 2nd. And they're not paying me to do this, by the way. I wish they were. In fact, I would have done that for free, honestly, because I am just such a big fan and I can't wait to go see the movie. But as we get into the shoe, it is going to be, again, a play on the Chicago, and it's going to give you that normal Chicago toe box right here, that nice bright red color, really nice leather. We get into it, but nothing, no different than you would typically see from, again, the Chicago 1. Same toe box here, little cream color, little off-white toe box here, normal perforations you see with that smooth leather as well, but it starts to change as we start working our way up. So first thing you're going to notice is that on the lateral side, you're going to get a hit of this kind of aged-looking nubuck that almost has a artificial dirt to it, or artificial just like darkening over, like just showing it's been worn over time, but it's still red at the base. Patched on top of that is going to be a red patent leather to give you just a different look. Again, everything is sewn together, patched together just to give you this almost Frankenstein of a Chicago, which I love. Now, but if you flip it to the medial side, same two materials but flipped. You're going to have that kind of aged-looking nubuck on top, but you're going to have the patent leather at the bottom towards the midsole. Now, as we get up the shoe, we're going to have our flat black laces, nothing typically different from the normal Jordan 1. You're going to have your tongue, which I noticed it is going to be a little aged as well. So that way, if you guys are a fan of those, the Reimagined or Lost and Found ones, you're going to probably like this tongue because it's very similar. Has that kind of darkened, like almost like this pinkish look to it. Now, one of the differences you're going to notice on this shoe is that the tongue tag is flat. It is not wrapped around the top of the shoe like any normal Jordan 1. It is flat, pasted right there in the front, or sewn right in the front, I should say, and a red and white branding, of course. But you're gonna also have some more when we get down to eyelets again, just showing some different, different pieces of the Spider-Verse, some different looks on where the shoes travel. Now, what's really cool, it has taken two different comic styles, but first is gonna be on the lateral side, the Ben Day dot technique, where you're gonna have like kind of these multiple dots layered on top of each other to produce a picture. Now, that's also gonna be shown around the ankle collar as well. So it starts on the lateral side, pretty much the bulk of it, like 3/4 of the wings here on an ankle collar are gonna be that Ben Day setup. But you're gonna have the Jordan brand or Jordan wings that is almost like, it is not pressed in. It almost seems like kind of almost like a sticker. I don't know what that is, because it's not embossed, not debossed. It's almost less like I don't know what it is. It almost seems like a decal on there, but just something, again, different, because the shoe is meant to be different. Now, your underlie is going to be the same as the normal Chicago 1. We're going to have that nice, this is going to be more of a chalk or off-white leather here, still nice leather quality. And mind you, every piece of this shoe, although there's a lot of different materials going on, it is going to be a very nice quality shoe. With that being said, we're going to have our black swoosh done up in a patent leather that has kind of a pearlescent finish. Kind of looks like, if you pour oil on the ground, it kind of has this, kind of that rainbow of colors in there. That's what you're going to get here on the Nike swoosh here. And of course, the top of the ankle collar is going to be done up in that same kind of black pearlescent oil slick patent leather. And then one thing I forgot to mention is that wherever the Ben Day dots are, it's not a leather, it is not a patent, it's not a suede. It is going to be this weird kind of, it reminds me of like kind of that non-rippable paper. It's a textile, I don't know what they call it. I couldn't find a name of the material, but it is something very different. They had it on the Jordan Delta SP, if you guys remember that. I know a lot of you guys are not a fan of, the non-retros, but it was a lifestyle shoe that had React, that had the same material on the upper. And I did a review on it, so of course I'll put a link somewhere here so you can check it out if you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, whereas we get down to the heel cup of the sneaker, you're going to have that dirty looking nubuck here, but you're also going to have a hairy suede, which I forgot to mention also is going to separate the lateral side of the toe box here. So it's a really nice kind of a scarlet, really dark red hairy suede here that's done up really nicely. But on the medial side, you're going to have that smooth leather again that we saw on the toe box. Getting down into the midsole, you're going to have a cream colored midsole, pretty standard of the Jordan 1 here, but your outsole is going to give you a red outsole, but it's actually glow in the dark. So it's a semi-translucent red outsole that does glow in the dark. It glows red, so when I put my feet up in the movies, which I wouldn't do that because that's disturbing somebody. So as I just look down on the floor at my feet at the movie theater, when we go see it, I can see my shoes glowing in the dark. And yes, I will be that geek wearing these in the movies, so sue me. What do you want? Now, inside the shoe is going to be nothing special. Black sock liner. You're going to have black insole with red Nike branding, so I'm not going to pull them out. Nothing to show there. And with the shoe, fits like any other Jordan 1, true to size to me, so I'm a size 10. I bought a size 10. Of course, try Jordan 1s on if you can. No, you're not going to find it sitting in stores. At least I don't think. I haven't seen it yet. Haven't heard anybody find them in stores yet. But if you see a Jordan 1 sitting and you do want to go purchase a shoe, which is probably going to be in a resale market now, true to size is what I would stick with. Now, only one complaint about this shoe, and I shouldn't even complain about it, but it is going to be the box. I mean, I guess I'm not going to pull the whole box out. It's a normal Jordan 1 box. You know what? Oh, I hope I don't knock that book down. All right, here's the top. Here's a lid. Normal Jordan 1 box. I feel like they just kind of missed the opportunity to do something cool with it. Now, I saw that I guess DJ Khaled got a shipment from Nike, which, hey, it makes sense if he gets something a little bit more special because he's one of their... I don't know what you want to call his partnership with Jordan Brand is, but he got the shipment in and it had a special, Spider-Man box, which I wish they would have done just like they did with the origin story ones. I think that, again, just a missed opportunity just to continue the awesomeness that is this story, these shoes, because there is going to be one more Spider-Verse movie coming out to complete the trilogy, if I'm not mistaken, which I'm hoping that we get a final shoe to complete the pack. I don't know when it's coming out, it's just that's kind of the plan from what I've heard. Now, this shoe, guys, is definitely, again, one of my top shoes of the year. The origin story ones are one of my grails. I don't know if I will ever get that, but this one can definitely fill that void for me because again, I like it because it takes a little bit more risk than the origin story one does. So you guys let me know what you think about this particular sneaker. I'm a huge fan of it. I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man, of course, so I might be a little biased. So if you like it, you don't like it, you got a pair, go ahead and drop me a comment down below. Drop a like. But until next time, guys, see ya.